navigation system is set to hold a G20 Roundtable discussion at transport port terminals in Gqeberha. The dialogue will be looking on the progress of terminal infrastructure, investment opportunities and the role of TPT in driving economic growth. Now, the discussions will form part of the upcoming G20. SABC News reporter Kim Daniels is on that story. Kim, good morning again.
Very exciting day here in Blue Water Bay in Gqeberha today, as the G20 Roundtable is set to take place in just a few minutes. That would be Transnet executives, some government officials, all sitting down chatting about the future of our ports and what that might look like. Some of the key focuses today will be on port infrastructure, on generating jobs, and also just the future of trade and where we want trade to go in our country. But I'm joined now by the ME of Transnet here in the Eastern Cape, the port terminals, that is. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. Just tell us why conversations like today are important in the logistics centre and taking it forward into that vision where we want to see our ports in the future.
Good morning, Kim, and good morning to the SABC viewers. I think it's important that, when we've got good news, we also tell the good news. It's important as well, the partnership that we're having with government, especially to position the Eastern Cape to ensure that the economy of the Eastern Cape is growing. One thing we've been deliberate about in the Eastern Cape as the Eastern Cape port terminals is to ensure that our ports, all three ports in the Eastern Cape, are running efficiently. We are in the best situation where we are the only region that has three ports, in Port Elizabeth, in Gqeberha and East London. And we mainly focus on manganese, containers and auto industry. And those have been our flagships, and those are what we do. This is what we do best. We've worked very hard in the last 2 years. You know where we come from in 2023. The world was up in arms. Transnet Port Terminals is not efficient. Everyone is saying we are impacting the economy of the country. The last 2 years, one thing we've been deliberate about is to invest. In the past, we did not invest in our equipment. Transnet Port Terminals, just last year alone, has invested over 3.4 billion. Just yesterday, we were in Cape Town launching the 9 rubber tire gantries. A few months ago, we were in Port Elizabeth launching the crane that we have invested in the Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape alone has invested over 500 million just on our equipment in the Port Elizabeth, in Gqeberha, to ensure we run efficiently. And all of that is paying off now. We are seeing Gqeberha as the best performing terminal in the country. So to turn around what was the outcry in 2028 to what we are doing now in 2025, it has really been a lot of hard work, sweat, and we're very proud of it. And we are very proud to be sitting in the Eastern Cape with the best performing Gqeberha container terminal. The best performing auto terminals are in the Eastern Cape. East London and Port Elizabeth. Those are the top 2 auto terminals in the country. So the Eastern Cape has done a whole lot of work to ensure we turn the situation around. We are quite cognizant of what is happening in the Eastern Cape. It's clear that the Eastern Cape needs an efficient port to make sure that we work with the government to improve the economy of the Eastern Cape. What has also happened in the past 2 years, while most industries are shedding jobs, we've been deliberate in creating employment. We've created over 700 jobs in the last year alone by moving from 3-shift system to a 4-shift system. And that on its own in our ports has created 700 new jobs in the Eastern Cape.
As you mentioned, the current climate in the Eastern Cape is under spotlight right now. Our unemployment rate is high, and you say Transnet has been generating jobs. You've also mentioned, or I'm not sure if you did mention, but you just signed a partnership yesterday with a crane company. These are all positives, moving forward.
In 2023, the biggest issue that we had was that we did not invest. So we've been deliberate in investing, but over and above the investment, how do we ensure our equipment is maintained well? Hence, we signed the contract with Liba, a 10-year contract. So with all our OEMs, it's important that when you buy equipment, you continue giving it the proper maintenance. You can't buy a certain brand and then you want to be bringing in other elements and not go according to the manual of the OEM. So that's one thing that we've been ensuring, that moving forward, we don't find ourselves where we were in the past. We ensure that we run as efficiently as we've been running in this current year. And that has also, we've seen this year, for the first time in the reefer season, the citrus season in the Eastern Cape, it has run smooth. It has even increased the volumes for the Eastern Cape. We are doing over and above 36% what we did the previous year. So it has been a great year. We've seen the benefits of the investment we've made, and we're hoping that to attract more investments in the Eastern Cape, working together, of course, with the Eastern Cape government. So there's a lot that currently is cooking in the pot. Hopefully in the next few months, we'll be able to share details on how that is happening.
Emmy, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have this morning. That was just the ME of the Eastern Cape Ports Terminal, just telling us exciting news about how Transnet has turned things around here in the Eastern Cape, especially looking at the port terminals, the Port of Ngqeberha becoming one of the best terminals here in the country as a whole. But today, there said to be very, very interesting conversations looking into the reforms and the upgrades of operations here at these ports. So we will be crossing rather during the course of the day. But for now, it's back to you guys in studio.
All right, Kim Daniels, thank you. Thanks so much for bringing us that story from Gqeberha.